Cool, bro.
Cool, bro.
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another Hus and Hooks video. My name is Adine. This is my beautiful wife, Melinda. She probably did the bunny ears, I'm assuming. We did not get a chance yesterday to do a What Sold video just because we spent literally all day getting our house back in order, cleaning, organizing, etc., processing. So we're doing a What Sold this weekend video, but we're just going to pop up the item on the screen. So what we're going to do is we're going to say hello and then we'll alternate between us and then we'll talk about the items that we sold.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
So we sold a total of 6 shoes over the weekend, and I'm going to go through those. The first were a pair of Timberlands. They were women's. They were in excellent condition, and Adine actually got them from a coworker. He bought a bunch of stuff from her, so it was a bundle deal, maybe $5 to $10 into them, and they sold for $38. We also sold some Asics. These were the Gel Cumulus 17s, and they were in excellent condition. They sold for $40, and we just picked those up at the thrift, so I think we paid $6 for them. And then we actually sold 2 pairs of bogs this weekend, both black, both those high ones with the rubber soles, classic. The first one was a large size, a men's 15. Adine actually has the exact same pair, and they sold for $75. Then we sold a pair on Poshmark. They were actually a youth size, but they were youth size 6, and on their website I went over to see what that would be in women's, exactly the same size as a women's 8. So those sold for $50 on Posh. And then we sold another pair of Timberland, but they were Timberland Champion shoes, very cool. Those sold for $38. And then Adidas Response trail shoes, very cool, like new basically. Those sold for $30. The shoes that don't sell on Posh, those prices included the shipping, and we pay anywhere from $8 probably up to $14 for those bogs because they're bigger and bulkier. So I'll give it back to Adine and he'll cover the next sales.
I'm going to cover the next 6 sales that we had on eBay. The first one is this Nintendo sweater. It's like a retro style. It's not vintage. It's modern. We picked it up for $1 in a bulk buy, and it sold for $30. It took a little while, but definitely happy with that. $30 free shipping. That shipped for about $8. Next up is this vintage cologne, this Vivienne Woodward, if I'm pronouncing that right. We actually got that from our next door neighbor. So Cindy, if you're watching, we appreciate your support. She had a quick garage sale this past fall. I picked up 2 bottles for $10, so $5 into it. It sold for $30. And remember, with any sort of flammable liquids, you have to ship that with USPS ground or UPS ground. You cannot ship it first class or priority because it's against the rules of shipment with hazardous flammable items. So that cost a little bit over $10 to ship out, even though it was a first class item. So just keep that in mind. Flammable liquids cannot go on airplanes. Next up is a pair of Miss Me jeans. These actually had defects. They were missing the front and back pocket buttons, so we priced them appropriately for $35. They sold for $35 shipped. Cost us $7.33. Anytime you have some of these major defects like missing buttons, please make sure to reach out to the buyer and just make sure. And that's what we did. The next day they confirmed, yep, we'll buy them. We have extra buttons. It's perfect. So we like to do that just to make sure that we're not getting a random return for something that we definitely called out in both the title and the description. Lid sold for Calphalon. This is just a small lid. We picked it up for $1. It actually sold and was returned. They paid for the return shipping. We paid for the forward shipping. So we're basically just breaking even with this one. We're not making any money because it was sold twice. But regardless, it sold for $18. It cost us $9 to ship it. This is another lower dollar sale. It only sold for $17. It's this teacup and saucer. The brand is Franciscan Desert, and we actually bought a bunch of this stuff for $15 from our local Goodwill, and we've sold, I think, about $175 worth already. So this is just kind of leftover stuff. We made about a $7 profit on it. We're fine with that, just clearing it out. Last item before I give it back to Melinda are these pair of BKE denim. These were the Tyler model. We paid $5 at our local thrift store, and they sold for $43 shipped. And again, $7.33. We just put them in a envelope, priority envelope. So If you don't know about these, if you ship anything that can fit inside of them, they will ship for $7.33 is the current rate. It's December of 2020. So they do tend to puff up a little bit, but regardless, they ship for relatively cheap. Before Melinda gets back on the camera, I just wanted to give everyone a quick update on our fundraiser we're doing for charity. We've raised through this YouTube channel over $1,200 now since we've become monetized. So first of all, thank you for all of our supporters and viewers. Every time you're watching our stuff, it's going to somebody that needs it. Up until the 31st, we've decided to give all of it away. We'll link that video in the description below so you can see exactly what we're doing. So we did identify one family that's just in a hard spot right now in their life. So we're going to be cutting a chunk of that money and just giving them the cash directly just to help them get through these tough times. And we will be doing a recap video by itself. And of course, we're going to respect the privacy of all the people that we donate to. But we'll just do a quick recap. It'll probably be like a 7-minute video just to kind of cover where all this money went. And if those people choose to or want to be shown or want to be in our channel or something like that, we'll definitely include them. Otherwise, privacy is key, especially when someone's in a hard spot. So back to Melinda with the next few sales.
Okay, so the next 6, starting off, we sold a Nintendo Wii balance board with the Wii Fit Plus. It had the original box. We had it for a while though, and it sold for $60. We have $10 into it from a Facebook marketplace. So the next one is a part out. It is the glass pitcher part of a blender, and that's all. It's not even the lid, it's not even the sleeve, it's just the pitcher. And we do really well with these. It was the first one to sell on this part out, and it sold for $25 shipped. Then we sold another part of that same blender right after that. Different buyer though, and it was the blade, and that sold for $20. So the total machine, we probably have $5 into the whole blender, so less than $1 into both of those parts. The next one's a Goodwill find. Dean found this Brother label maker. He found it for $3 at a local Goodwill, and that sold for $35. So the next one we sold is a Prana men's jacket. Really nice jacket. Dean picked it up for $15, and he even said if it fit him, he probably would have kept it. Just very nice. And I love the brand Prana. It's one of my favorite ones to sell. It always moves pretty quick for us. This one we had up for maybe a week. And it sold for $50, and we actually forgot to hit the free shipping button. So the buyer paid shipping on it. He paid $11, so I guess it sold for $61. And the last one I'm covering is another Monster High set. These were dance class, set of 4, and they sold for $39, free for buyer. So that's actually it for the what sold. We're gonna jump on here together.
We actually forgot a couple of sales. On Friday, we had a local Facebook deal. We sold 2 blow molds that basically were free at that point. So I bought 3 blow molds for 100, sold, one were already sold for 100, and then the last 2 sold for 150. So we'll add that. And then we had also
an Etsy sweater sale that sold for $40.
Etsy and sweaters. We actually had the
Vintage
same
sweaters.
Vintage sweaters. We had the same sweater listed for on eBay for 35 shipped, which would have been like, you know, $26, $27 plus shipping. So we actually made more money on Etsy, which is just interesting, I guess, to think about. So in total, we had 20 sales for 874.
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Which is a lot lower than on average what we're selling. On average, we are typically at about the 1,300 to 1,500 mark per weekend for the last like 6 months.
Right. But if you remember, the last weekend sales was just really intense. And the one before that was pretty big too. So we had a few weekends before that where we had lots and lots of really big sales.
Right.
High numbers, lots of packages. And that's just the way it goes. We were prepared for this. We're not mad about it at all. We saw it coming because right now it's very close to Christmas. Even Amazon orders aren't getting places on time. People aren't going to be shopping on eBay hoping for their Christmas gifts to get there in 3 days.
Right. And if we forgot to mention, today is Monday the 21st. So just for the record.
Yes. So our Christmas season is kind of just wrapping up in terms of that. And that's where that fall off is. Which is fine. We're going to take it as an opportunity to sort of catch up.
Yeah.
Because for a while, we just weren't really able to keep up with the listings at that pace as part-timers. So for us, it's a little bit of a breather to get ready for when people get cash or
Right.
the next stimulus check that may be coming, and just
Yeah.
get us back into a position to start fresh in the new year.
For sure. We spent like this weekend, we processed a lot of stuff, but we also like cleaned the house. We got we got our house back. Like if you follow us on Instagram at all, like we show you everything because it is what it is, right? If you're gonna do this stuff, it's kind of crazy at times. But like Mona said, when we have these like huge weekends, it's really hard for us to keep up. So we got our life back in order.
Yeah, so my mom came over to watch our daughter this morning, and her job, she was almost in disbelief. I was like, what do you think of the house? Did you think you walked into the wrong one? She was like, I couldn't believe it.
We had
So-
stuff everywhere. I mean, because Mona did that Facebook post too for free packaging material, and we literally like every single time we stepped outside, someone dropped off another 15 boxes on our porch, and it was just like, okay, thank you everyone. But anyways, we're good. No complaints.
It's one thing to keep in mind, though, if you're thinking about doing this full time, you have to get comfortable with budgeting, and you have to be comfortable with preparing for these slow weeks and sort of seeing it coming
The
in a
average.
sense. So when you have one of those really big weekends, if that was our only source of income, we know we can't just suddenly start balling. We gotta put some in the bank
Getting
because
grills.
the next week or so
Maybe
could
a
be slower.
chain.
Oh, definitely grills.
I was thinking about a chain, just a big fat chain, because it fits with my persona, I think, as a aspiring hip hop singer / songwriter. Inside jokes. Yeah, you have to so if we spend all the money on something last weekend, we would be broke this weekend, right? So you have to keep that in mind. Going full time as a reseller is a lot tougher than people imagine, and for those who do it full time, discipline is one of the things that's very important in it. So anyways,
And be able to mentally handle it too, because we're obviously, like we said, we're not mad about it.
no, we're good. Mentally headstrong. I think that'll wrap it up for this one. We do appreciate you guys as always. If you have not already and you like our content, please do consider subscribing to our channel by just clicking the subscribe button. It's free for you. It just helps us grow the channel. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the I don't like this video button. It's fine. Feedback is definitely enjoyable, and we enjoy interacting with everyone. So thanks.
Yeah. Have a great night, everybody.
Yeah, see you in the next one. Later.